Okay, here we go with part 2 and these free guitar chart videos, and we're going to be focused on mainly chart 535, 536 now. We don't have to worry about the mighty staff and the other things we were covering yesterday up until we got to the blues chart. I've also embellished the chart. This is a post lesson part 1 embellishment down here to make it a little this stuff make a little more sense down here, so it just takes it into the next cages, and we can extend the concept of the shadowing perhaps, but we're going to do it safely. We're not going to necessarily jump right into tripentatonic shadowing yet. Okay, what's tripentatonic shadowing? Okay, what's tripentatonic? I'm down C tuned, so my C shape down here is like a flat, but it doesn't matter. It's a C shape. Okay, the bass string cage string shapes that we're going to be working with today, alright, are the C, G, D, A, and E, which spells cage. These are in fifths going up. Fifth of C is G, fifth of G is D, etc., etc. But remember, the fifth of the E shape is the C shape when it's shape fitted, so this would be the E shaped, and this would be the C shape. So the fourth of this C shape is the E shape, but it's shape fitted into the cage. It's 1 fret up. So does that, it probably jives with the way that the patterns are. We also have the modal long, extra long string shapes here, and they all come into play, all right, as we look at. Now I have 2 fretboards here. I couldn't, it's the same thing, it's the same exact fretboard with completely different, not completely different, but different labeling, but labeling all in the same theme of the 3 keys that we're going to be dealing with. RKB, root key of the blues pent key where we play a pentatonic scale, and then the blues magic key where we play a diatonic scale. And remember that the relationship between the 3 keys is that the root key of the blues is your root shape. Add, let's say this is a C shape, so of C pentatonic scale. Here's C shape. Add 1 pent shape, we get to a D shape, so we would be doing a D shape for the blues pent key, and then add 1 cage shape. Here's cage, C, A, G, E, D. It's just like the mirror image of a pentatonic scale. It's a descending pentatonic scale. So we add 1 cage letter, C goes to A. So we'll have A for the blues magic key, and these 2 guys have to be shape fitted. Let's look at the C box and see how that works. Now I can do this with just these 3 circles here. I can see that I have my C here, but let's go up to the box just to make sure for you guys too. I'll zoom in just a little bit more, get them as big as we can get them, and also have the C box right here. So this would be our C diatonic. Let's zoom way in, and then we'll zoom back out to get the circles. So this is the situation that we're looking at here. We have the C diatonic. We can count that diatonic: 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? By the way, I'm just waking up now. With the C box, we have the C and we call it the C chord. So here's your C chord. Now The other two keys are going to be the blues pent key and the blues magic key here written in red. So the D blues pent key, if we're going to do some tripentatonic blues pent key, this is what it would be. But watch out for these labels, because the labels aren't always where the bottom string first note is going to be. I extend my labels to also include other notes in the pattern. I'll show you right here, that's where it happens. So here where we have C, that's fine, because everything in C goes straight up. That's why the open C chord is easy. Everything can be played within that C box. We skipped half diminished, but in the other ones, let's say we got a 2, 3, 4 D here, then we go to 5, 6, we go over for the 7, so the label would, for the D, let's say, would include that 7, but we wouldn't start on that 7, we'd start on the 2, unless we were going long modal. Then we would go 2, 3, 4 into 5, 6, 7 long here. You see how there's 5, 6 there? So that's it with the string shapes master pattern. That's, you know, that's your 12 keys. If you count these, there's 13 of them, because I re-showed the top one, so you know it's a circle. Here's 12 string shape stacks. You know that that's likely representing the 12 keys if we start as treat each one of these as open, but also treat these no play notes or flat notes as open strings too. Then we have our 12 key master pattern. And there's also the ramping, but the ramping we're not going to be using. It's not as powerful a tool. But one thing I did learn is that with the guitar, an octave is up and over like that, and it's pretty much up and over right there. Okay, we have a fourth, all right, and then you have another fourth, let's say. Okay, so we got, let's say we'll start on this 4 here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We go to a B flat, and then we go to another fourth. We go to an E flat. Remember, we started on F, E flat, and then we go up another whole step. That's an octave. I might have grabbed something from the tuning third, because if we look at 4 to 6 is a third there. So, but usually it would be a fourth if we're down in the first 4 strings, bottom 4 strings, or the top 2. We have our perfect fourth there. This is a good review here, just a little digression here. We have our fourth here, we have our fourth here, root 4, and then we have a root 4 here. But again, up here we have a root to 3. So, wouldn't you know it, what I just grabbed real quick to show the octave, this is warped over 1. So it's not 5 complete frets, 6 complete frets actually, 5 counting, not counting the first one, but it's the same note there. Okay, because we go up here now, it's not a fourth, it's already a flat, it's already a major third here, a flatted third, second, flatted second. It's the same note there. So therefore, since these two notes are the same, then this is also an octave. That is what I wanted to show you today for that. So what do we got? What are we looking at? Have we got a good... we're looking at this part of all of this. All the way up to here. Okay, we're looking at the blues pent key, BPK. We're going to have the option to do it tripentatonically, but we certainly have to just focus on that D first. Always focus on the first root. Learn the root shapes. Here's root shapes. C, A, and then a G shape, G shape, A flat, C, A, G, E, and then D is up here. D-shaped A flat. Okay, so when it's appropriate to play the chord, I'll put C chord there. So we do play C chord there. All right, so we know we're talking about this square. We're talking about the C stuff here, this C stuff down here. Again, we have another fretboard down here, just the same exact thing, 3, 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, we're looking at the same thing, but we're going to take it up to the next cage with the shadowing, okay? So root key of the blues here would be C, E, G. We go C, then we're going to go up one fret for the E shape to the 4th, and then to the 5th. In the blues, you tend to want to play more dominant chords, so it would be like C7, E7. Whoa, Doggy wants to come in, and then a nice easy G7 up here, just to set the mood for the blues. Okay, I got my dog in. I'd like to show you with the camera, but then, you know, it's pretty much set up so that when I pick up the guitar, you can see what I'm doing here. And apologies for part 1 where I didn't have the guitar visible, but you don't need it. Sometimes you just have to focus on the charts. So we have the blues pent key is going to be obviously 1 pent scale note up. So C would go to D in a pent scale, E would go to